How long will it take me to get jacked? Every single client that I have onboarded into my program has asked me this. Now, if you're just starting out your fitness journey, the amount of time it will take you to reach your ideal physique depends on how much fat you have to lose. The reason for that is because a lot of people think to be jacked, you have to have a lot of muscle. You have to be over 200 pounds, tall, and you got to be a bodybuilder essentially. But it's actually not the case. If you have an athletic frame that you've built up over a few months, 6 months, even 12 months of hard training, and you strip the fat off, you will end up with a physique is at least a 7 out of 10 and very, very attractive to the opposite sex. My name is Nick, and I'm a high performer fat loss coach for busy men who want to lose fat and build an aesthetic physique without investing too much time into the gym. Because time is such a limiter for you if you're a busy, business-focused, driven man, of course, you want to know the ROI, the return on investment for you investing this time into your fitness journey when you could be investing it in other things. So it completely makes sense. To illustrate the amount of time it would take, I'm going to share with you how long it took me when I started using the right system and becoming a high performer in fitness and in business so I could actually master both at the same time, and the amount of time it took until I was satisfied with my physique. So I started my fitness journey at 14 years old. I did home workouts for the first 2 years. And while I was doing that, I was eating a bit more whole foods. I was eating a bit cleaner as to what they say when people talk about clean foods. Basically single ingredient whole foods. I was eating more of those. I was still having cheat days, but overall I lost around about 20 something kilos. At the end of those 20 kilos, I still looked skinny fat. After 2.5 years of struggling, not losing any weight anymore, still feeling insecure about my body and afraid to take my shirt off on the beach, still poking and pulling at my shirt to, not expose the fat rolls, because I know what it's like to have so much weight hanging off of you that you just feel disgusted by yourself. I know what it feels like, rolling over in bed, standing up off the couch even. It was the discomfort of staying the same that propelled me to take the next step. Once I got coached by a proper fitness coach, I was able to lose 12 kilos in 6 weeks. And after that, I finally saw a six-pack. I was ripped. I was so skinny that I was like, holy crap, I'm looking at a different person now. So that opened my eyes as to how quick an aesthetic transformation can happen from fat loss. Those 6 weeks were not really about gaining muscle. They were about stripping all the fat and realizing that there was actually aesthetics underneath that skinny fat frame. But I wasn't done there. After 2.5 years, almost 3 years, I was lean and aesthetic and around 12% body fat. From that point, I didn't think that when I was lean, I'd still feel, that little bit of insecurity, or at least not very, very proud of my body. I just thought it was cool to look at abs. But when I looked at the whole picture, I knew I needed to do some work. So from that point, I started a 1.5 year lean gain. So focusing on a calorie surplus, because weight loss and weight gain is purely a calorie balanced thing. If you intake more energy than you burn off, then you will gain weight. And same thing vice versa. So for this portion of gaining muscle, which is what I needed to make my physique closer to my ideal physique, basically consumed 200 to 300 calories above my maintenance. So I would gain 0.2 to 0.5 kilos per week. A very, very marginal gain, very, very hard to see on the scale. But if you log your weight each and every day, which is what I did, then you can take the average and see the trend, whether your weight is stalling, even going down, or actually going up. During that time, I gained a solid 10 kilos of muscle. So this was in my 2nd to 3rd year of hard training. And as someone with admittedly bad genetics, this is a positive sign to anyone who thinks that they have poor genetics, they have no shot of actually building muscle, losing fat, and achieving their dream physique. It actually is possible for everyone. And everyone can look really, really good in a suit. Everyone can look really good on the beach. This is possible for every man. After that point, I had gained too much excess fat, so I needed to strip it off. And it took me 4 to 5 months to be able to strip off the fat and get as lean as I was the first time, but with 10 kilos of extra muscle. So I was stronger and I looked my best I've ever looked. At that point, every time I looked at myself, I was like, you fucking did it, Nick. And I was able to achieve my dream physique. This transformation from complete beginner to my dream physique took 3 years. If I had known the right system, I could have achieved that in a third of the time, which is something that should excite a lot of you. If you've been trying to lose weight and then regaining it, or trying to be consistent in the gym and then falling off, you actually have all the resources, the raw energy, raw potential to make a very quick transformation. Even in 12 weeks, you can see drastic changes. You will get compliments from girls. You will get compliments at social events, at networking events, in the workplace, in the office. If you start overweight like I did, and you start by cutting, you do a nice cut, you strip off all the fat, and then you work on a lean gain phase after that, this should take you maybe a year and a half, and you will achieve the ideal physique that a lot of people want. If you start out skinny or skinny fat, the journey might be a bit quicker for you actually. This could take you 3 to 6 months. But overall, don't set strict timelines because everyone has a different genetic starting point and different genetic limit. And if you haven't achieved your dream physique and you have been consistent in your fitness journey, then you're using the wrong system. You're not using a system that has you training hard in the gym. Maybe you're doing too much. The last thing people who are consistent and not seeing results tend to think is that they're actually doing too much and they're actually over-restricting on their diet. Because the way my client Caesar has been able to lose fat and build muscle at the same time, getting an insane transformation in just 6 to 7 weeks, not months, weeks, is by using the high performer protocol. This is a protocol that needs no more investment than 5 hours per week. This is including gym sessions, 3 to 4 sessions a week, and meal prep, making sure we're tracking our food using a food tracker, preferably MyFitnessPal, and using structured flexibility so that we don't over-restrict the types of food we're eating and we can allow more foods into our diet. If you're interested to see how this high performer protocol works, download my 5-hour fit week guide below this video. And this ebook will break down not only the training, the nutrition, but also the mindset you'd need and make sure that you take the right steps to achieve your dream physique. And if you're interested in working closely with me to be able to get you to that point in the fastest way possible with accountability, with a system that you don't have to figure out and create yourself, then check out the link in the description below to book a call and let's have a chat. And remember, leave no more lost potential.